All right, we're continuing the vintage here, this time with Doomsday. I really like the Doomsday deck in vintage, and I've played a good amount of it. This was a list Discoverin got second with in a challenge, and it's got 4 Doomsday, Necropotence, the combo being Doomsday into Thassa's Oracle. You even have 1 Demonic Consultation for a little cube combo action. Bunch of counters, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Fluster Storms, and a bunch of ways to look for cards. So you've got Ponders, Preordains, Ancestral, Brainstorm, Dark Ritual to cast the Doomsday, and then Demonic Tutors and Street Wraiths, bunch of lands. This deck's pretty fun. Let's give it a spin. Ooh, on the draw here, round 1, and this is Eternal and Necro. I love Eternal and Necro. You know, you might not know this, but before I played competitively on the Pro Tour, I actually played a ton of vintage. That's what kind of got me into competitive play. Probably not the most common route. And, you know, I used to play every month at Eudaimonia in Berkeley. RIP Eudaimonia was a great game store. And would play for, there's a Power 9 tournament every month, like play for a Mox, Time Walk, whatever. I played a Storm combo and a good amount of them. Turn 1 Necro, it's really good times. This hand on the draw definitely could lose to a bunch of stuff. Anytime you don't have a Force of Will, like they're going to play a Trinisphere or something. Oh, Glaring Fleshraker, okay. Oh, now there's a Doomsday. I go to 9, and then I'd go 19, and then I'd lose 10, go to 9. Get attacked down to 7. But they would... if they play any lock piece, that sounds kind of bad. I think I'm just going to go Ritual Necro here. I'm just concerned that any lock piece and I could lose, and whereas I can Necro into Force of Will. So I'm going to Necro for 5. Let's see, that's currently a 4, 5, 6. Okay. And let's see what Necro's got for me. Oh, Time Walk is nice. Demonic Tutor, Force Negation. There we go. This has basically everything I need to win the game, I suspect. And Duress isn't going to do a whole lot here. Okay, so now I get to force pitching. Maybe Thassa's Oracle. It's kind of close. It would have been nice to hit 1 more blue card, I guess, but I think Time Walk is going to do the trick because I can go Time Walk, Necro some more, and then Ritual, Doomsday, DT. I mean, yeah, that's pretty annoying. But I can still go Ritual and DT for a Sapphire if I want. Wastecape Battle Mage. I can't stop that. All right. So I take another couple of damage, and then I get hit for 2 more here. Yeah, I mean, Wasteland was the best thing they could have for sure. So I'm going to draw them at 9. Oh, I'm not going to draw. I'm going to take my turn. 4 Flooded Strand. Let's see. Ritual. DT. Yeah, I think I do get Sapphire here. Sapphire Time Walk. But the question now is how much do I Necro for? I guess I can Necro for 6. And then I can still cast Doomsday. But hopefully I find a Demonic Consultation here. Okay. He consults. Discard a Street Wraith and I guess an island. So here I can go land, Mox. Yeah, this should actually be enough to win. I go Doomsday. And I want to hit, I need Gush. I need Lotus. Because I go Preordain into Gush using the Sapphire. Gush, so Preordain, I have 4 cards. Gush, I just need Preordain, Gush, Lotus, honestly. I'm going to 1, so I can't stop anything else. Let's see, Preordain, Gush, Lotus, I guess. So if I have 5 cards, Preordain into 4 cards, Gushed into 2 cards, so I can't pair it with Ancestral. I'm just trying to see if there's any way I can beat a Dismember, because that is a card they could have. I guess I could just put Well, Fluster actually doesn't do anything. So I guess it doesn't really matter because I can't force because I don't have enough life, and I can't get down to no cards. I mean, there's a demonic consultation as well, but yeah, all right. Sure, Flusterstorm, Force Will, because I already have Oracle in my hand here. So basically, oh, did I not get the Gush? Where's that Gush? Black Lotus, Force, Flusterstorm, and I don't even know. Gitaxian Probe, sure. Okay. So let's put Force, Flusterstorm, Probe, Lotus, Gush, Preordain, top, Gush, down to 2 cards in deck. Oh, I guess I could have had Flusterstorm. It's okay. I think I'll be okay. All right. Well, turn 1 Necro, almost lost, but luckily did not. Force of Negation and Steel Sabotage, taking out a Dig Through Time, and Flusterstorms. There's also Fatal Push and Snuff Out. All right. I don't like Tabernacle. I mean, Tabernacle's okay against some of the Eldrazi stuff, but honestly, it's just so weak. I don't really want Murktide in. I mean, Snuff Out is interesting, but I kind of just want to go fast. So I get 1 more card. I guess I will put in a Murktide or a Snuff Out. I guess I'll put in a Snuff Out. All right. I boarded in Mindbreak Trap against workshops before where you hope they go like Mox, then play their Sphere or whatever, but that's not something I would generally recommend. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and keep the turn 1 Doomsday with Force of Will. If I draw a cantrip, this is just potentially a turn 1 kill, depending on what it is. Because Doomsday into Brainstorm or something, easy win. Okay, pummeled to 6 and went turn 1. Well, forcing Vexing Bauble. That's not very close. Land. Another force, huh? Misty, Jet, Lotus. I'm going to cast Doomsday. I guess I'll sack this for an island. And then cast Doomsday. And I'm going to want to, let's see, Ancestral, Lotus, Oracle, Steel Sabotage for sure. And I could get Probe. So if they play another lock piece this turn, let's say they play, if they play a Null Rod. That's interesting. Then I have my 1 island already. I guess I'll just have to wait until I play my Underground Sea to play Oracle. Yeah, that should be fine. If they play a Chalice on 1, I think that's okay. I guess I could leave a Gush on top. I'm trying to think what they could realistically play next turn that would be a problem. Trinisphere. I guess against Trinisphere, if they had one, I could just get another land. Oh no, but I have a Mox Jet. I'd go land, Ancestral. Sure, I'll get 1 more land. Oracle, all right, so land, Steel Sabotage, Oracle, Lotus, Ancestral. All right, pass the turn. And seems like it'd be pretty difficult for them to stop me here, but, you know, it is possible. Or not. All right, 1-0, let's go. All right, this hand, I'm on the draw against an unknown opponent. I'll keep this. With Ritual and Street Wraith, Doomsday's very live. I have Force and Flusterstorm, and I also have Preordain, so if I have to force, I'm going to allow that. I have a couple zeros in my deck, but I can live with the Chalice. Soaring, I guess, is fine too. Nettle Cyst? It's going to be a 3/3? All right. Well, I know I can pitch the Flusterstorm, so that part is nice. Let's just get a basic island here, and then cast Preordain. Bottom Flusterstorm, top Ponder. All right, pass the turn. It's the sort of thing when you play against workshops, if you could see their hand, if you started with a free Gitaxian Probe in play, sometimes you definitely force a Will of the Soul Ring there. But sometimes they just have another Ancient Tomb in their hand, just like that, and it's just forcing Soul Ring is not good. Oh, Mystic Forge I will force, though. That's going to be much more of an issue. Also, forcing the Mystic Forge keeps the Nettle Cyst small, which is nice. Ponder, Gush, Preordain. Bottom Gush, or I'm going to keep Preordain, crack this for Underground Sea. I just need to find Doomsday, basically. Okay, there's Doomsday, so I need to not get too locked out this turn. I don't have any more counters, so if they have a good lock piece, then I'm in trouble. I don't think something like Karn is that big of a deal. Crucible of Worlds. Sure. Into Wasteland. Yeah, I don't think that matters too much either. I go to 10, and then I'm going to go to 5 off Doomsday. Then I'm going to cycle the Wraiths. But all right. Doomsday is a nice deck. Sometimes it just works really nicely. So now this one's a pretty easy one. Ancestral. Well, hold on. Chalice does make it a little trickier. I have no mana. So I go to 10. I'm at 5. So that attacks me down to 1, I guess. Oh, yeah. Because with the Chalice out, I actually don't have a way. It's actually a shame because if I had a 1-mana bounce spell, I could actually get through it here. But yeah, no, I was a little bit too premature excitement. It's okay. I'll get Ancestral. Time Walk, Oracle, Land. So we get Wastelanded. Let's see. I draw Ancestral. No, actually, I don't know if I can beat Chalice. Oh, Chalice is hard. I guess maybe I should have forced it. Well, Mystic Forge could have also been a problem. Because they're going to Wasteland me. I'm going to draw 1 card. I'm at 1 life. And Ancestral doesn't do anything. No, I actually die to the Germ, I think, which is kind of funny. Because I can draw 2 cards, but the Wasteland actually is what ended up getting me. Because I could draw and cast Time Walk, but if I had an extra land in play. Yeah, because even if I Ancestral down to no cards. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Doomsday has its limitations. I will say I'm surprised that this list didn't have a little bit more anti-shop stuff, but that's okay. And I need to cut these Flusterstorms and just dig through time. It just never comes up is what I found. All right, well, I'd like to play first, and I don't think this is a turn 1 kill, but it's pretty good. Hold on. I'm going to keep this hand for sure. So here I get to go Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Doomsday, and I'm going to get Ancestral. Let's see. Oracle, Lotus, and I could take a Steel Sabotage and maybe another land. And let's see, if I leave Lotus or Ancestral on top, go to 4 cards. Because I want to leave a blue card on top so I can cycle Street Wraith in 4ths. So that probably means I leave Steel Sabotage as my top card. And Ancestral next. How much do I care about getting... I have to play around... I guess I have to play around both getting Wastelanded and getting Chaliced or Null Rotted. But if I do this... Steel Sabotage on top. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay. So let's put back these such that I'm like Underground Sea, Oracle, Lotus, Ancestral, Steel Sabotage. Pass the turn. And I can cycle Street Wraith into Steel Sabotage to draw Force of Will if I need to. They could, if they have, I mean, this beats Wasteland plus Chalice. So hopefully we can get there. Oh, Lotus. Okay. I don't think it's worth forcing Lotus because most of their stuff costs about as much as a Lotus. I guess we'll see. Trinisphere, I just have to force. Null-Rod, I don't need to force if I don't want to, but I could force it. I'm going to get Wastelanded. They play one more thing. What is their other thing? Sphere, I can eventually beat. Sphere's pretty hard to beat. I think this is okay. This also turns off their mocks. Yeah, they're going to Wasteland me. That I did know. Oh, I'm glad I didn't force the Null-Rod then. Pass the turn. And I have Steel Sabotage up. Strip Mine would be pretty tough. Oh, nice. All right, so let's go cycling, pay 2 life. Oh, I guess I actually can't Ancestral right now, funnily enough. So I'm going to draw Lotus, pass the turn. And I have 2 counters here, so I just need to dodge Strip Mine because then I'm going to draw Oracle. And then next turn, I'm drawing Underground Sea to cast the Oracle. So no Strip Mine, please. That's like the only card I lose to. That's a Wasteland, not a Strip Mine. All right. Oof. All right. Everything else I pretty much had covered. All right. That was nice. That worked out pretty well. You got me. All right. So a bunch of Null-Rods here. All right, let's get in there. That was sick. Okay, this hand, I'm on the draw. No forces, no rituals. I could just mulligan this hand. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll keep this and put back, I think, Brainstorm. I don't think I can go to 5. It's not like Force of Will is as good on 5 anyway. Hopefully they have Null-Rod more than anything else. Okay, they have 1,000,000 mana. Well, Null-Rod's not very good right now. Sphere of Resistance. Into a 1-drop. To Needle. Are they going to just name... If they name Scalding Tarn, I'm going to be so mad. Huh. Street Wraith. Oh, I guess I didn't really anticipate that, but sure. Okay, pass the turn. So my Street Wraith can no longer be cycled. Do you have 2 cards in hand? Ancient Tomb. This is going to be tough here. Scrawling Crawler. Okay. That could be worse, I think. Let's go ahead and get Undercity Sewers, Surveil 1. Dark Ritual. Yeah, actually we'll keep that. I think that's one of the cards that's going to be kind of good here. Take 1. And let's ponder. Dark Ritual, Mental Misstep. Nope. Let's shuffle that. Force of Will is not going to be great here. Yeah, I didn't think I was supposed to mold a 5, but it certainly hasn't worked out great. Getting locked out pretty hard here. And the Scrawling Crawler, pretty fast clock. Also, they can Inventor's Fair. So they're only, I guess they're 2 mana away, but if they have a Workshop or Ancient Tomb, they can go get Trinisphere and then play it. And that's, I mean, I don't even think I'm beating whatever it is they're getting here, but. And like another Sphere would also kind of do it, just another Sphere of Resistance. They just need any normal land to do that. On my next turn, I've got another cantrip. I go to draw a card, go to 12, cantrip, go to 11, go to 10, then go to 7. Things are adding up quickly here. Workshops might have got me here. Yeah, they got the Trinisphere and they had the Workshop. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty sick. On to the next. All right, I'm on the draw. Oh yeah, this hand's nice. Playing against Luris, so like a Bowmaster Psychic Frog deck, or kind of like a Jeskai Paradoxical Outcome deck. But this hand's pretty solid against either of those. I have turn 1 force. It'd be really nice to get to see their hand before deciding what to pitch to force, but I guess if they play something on 1. Lotus, huh? All right. I could force it, but again, if they don't play something good turn 1, then Bowmasters, sure. Bowmasters is not that big of a deal. Like, it can be annoying. Oh, into Frog. Okay, well, I guess I got pretty punished for not forcing Lotus. I was thinking it might be a stock up. Let's ponder. Okay, there's Doomsday. So I don't have a lot of time here, but I could potentially, yeah. See, this is why we play. Because now it's like, I think about it more like most of their threats are creatures, so forcing or force of negation on Lotus is probably good in general, so that's what you should do. If I have done nothing, I've helped you, increase your win percentage against this, what looks like now Esper Frog deck. Though most people watching probably would have forced the Lotus, so maybe I'm just behind. If I draw Ritual, that's something. Time Walk is also a card that'd be very interesting to find. I'm going to take 5, maybe 6 here. 12. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. They're just going all in. They discarded blue card force. Well, that's a really good play because I've got a force in my hand, so it's not like I was going to stop them. If they had the force, it might not have mattered because they would have forced the force back, but still. All right, I'm dead next turn, so I can take a bunch of damage off orcs this turn. Pay 2 life, go to 8, draw, go to 7, probe, go to 5, draw. I really, these fetch lands are just not going to do it for me. I think I'm pretty dead now. Because I can only draw 1 card off this ponder, so there's no 1 card that like saves me here. All right, well, I think maybe I was not doing great no matter what there. Here, I don't really like force negation all that much. A couple fatal pushes actually seem like they're reasonable here. Can also bring in Hull Breacher. I guess they do have some removal, though they might board it out. Bring in 2 fatal pushes, and I think take out either 1 Flusterstorm or 1 Duress. I guess I'll just take out 1 Duress. All right. Well, let's try this. All right. I would like to play first. And looking for something like the last hand, but maybe with a Doomsday. Ooh, okay. This hand is turn 3. I go Oracle with Consult. Back up, though. Let's see. I think I just play a land and pass. I don't really want to cast Ponder because I want to pitch it to Force of Will. And what I'm going to do is go get Undercity Sewers and Scry or Surveil 1. If it was Scry, you'd actually have a really funny play of putting a card on the bottom, then consulting for it. Oh, Probe on top. Yes. Most definitely. So let's go Island. Probe, paying life. See if they've got the mental misstep. It's really the only thing that you can counter probe with most of the time. Like, sometimes you can like fluster or pierce it, though that's like fairly unlikely. Oh, they're going to vamp in response? It's a little strange, but it's not like probe prompts a vamp too many ways, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're worried I will force the vamp, and if I saw their hand, I might do that, but I was the fool who didn't force the Lotus last game, so there's no counting on that. All right, let's see what they got. I drew Lotus. Well, that was easy. Their hand is now irrelevancies. All right. Oracle. Consult. And they even had the Consign, which would have stopped the Oracle combo. The bird gets the worm. And now they're dead. Yeah, vamping in response. Made no sense. I mean, I had the force for the Consign, so it actually didn't matter in this particular case, but do they think I'm going to counter the vamp? What reason is there to vamp in response? I guess that plays around Spell Pierce. If I draw Spell Pierce off Probe. Sure. All right. Well, that was a little turn 2 win. And I guess a Duress might be in order. I could take out 1 Street Wraith maybe. They do tax my life total, and Street Wraith's pretty bad against Bowmasters. Okay, on the draw. All right. Against someone who's got a bunch of sideboard stuff in, I think you can keep a somewhat slower hand like this. Mental Misstep. You know what? I'll let the needle happen. If they want to name Street Wraith, I even sided one out. If they name Polluted Delta, it is kind of funny, but I think Mental Misstep, they name Street Wraith. I think Mental Misstep's a very strong card, so I can brainstorm it away. Let's just start on Preordain here. Bottom. Lotus on top. I'm going to play the Lotus in case they have Duress. If they force the Lotus, I'm happy with that too. I guess Daze would be one reason not to do it right here. Oh, they're forcing it. Okay. I don't pitching Time Walk. I will admit that I'm a little greedy. It's a leak in my game. I don't force Lotus as much as I should, including this match. Oh, Wasteland? I don't mind playing that kind of game. Null Rod? They just forced the Lotus and slammed a Null Rod. But forcing Lotus against Doomsday, I don't think is very good. Most of the cards they cast off it cost 3 mana, so you're not really getting much by doing that. I'm gonna DT here, and I think I'm just gonna pick up Ancestral. I don't know. They're gonna Wasteland me. They have a couple cards in hand. Feels like just drawing a bunch of cards here. I don't really need to like turbo race to try to counter, and I don't have force backup, so they're gonna force pitching Time Twister, their last card, sure. That one's not as crazy to me because the DT is going to be good no matter what, and it stops me from going Thoughtseize into Ancestral, but who are they going to put in Luris or Wasteland me? Yeah, they're going to Wasteland me. That's a reasonable play for sure. My hand's very good against all this, so I feel pretty good about this. All right, put Street Wraith back, put a land back, play a land, and I could leave out Fluster, but I think I'll just Preordain. There's very little they can cast for 2 mana that I'll just bottom both. Ooh, that's nice. There's so little they can cast for 2 mana that I couldn't. There's not many spells that cost exactly 2. Because if it costs 1, I can Fluster it or Mental Misstep it. So Demonic Tutor is like the only card I could really think of. They're gonna put Luris in hand. I'm just gonna cast a Doomsday. Force into Null Rod. They must have just drawn the Null Rod because that's not a great play otherwise. Doomsday. Pick up. Oracle. Gush. Duress. And so next turn I'm going to draw Gush. I'm going to Gush. And I have 4 mana, so I can play a cantrip as well. I can play a Probe. Sure. Because I'll Gush. Yeah, that seems fine. That's Probe, Duress, Gush, and Oracle. And I need 1 more here. I guess it could be Time Walk. Sure. Okay. And okay, ship the turn. Pretty hard for him to get out of this one, I would say. Strip Mine. Yeah, that's really not going to do it. And then play Luris. Now I just Gush Oracle, and that's all she wrote. Well, I guess I have to Probe first. Go to 7. Land. Oracle with about 1 million counters. All right. We got there. This worked out pretty nicely. Some aggressive Force of Willings. On to the next. Okay, I'd like to play first. All right, I'm going to keep this hand, and I am going to go probably Probe first. It'll give me a little bit more information as to how I want to ponder. And also, if I just drew Dark Ritual off of Probe, could be popping. Turn 1 Doomsday. Okay. What do they got? A Pheto Alchemist? Okay, their hand is a Force, an incredibly bad blue card. I don't even know what's going on here. Sure, I'll figure it out at some point. 5 lands. All right, well, let's just go ahead and get Underground Sea. And I could get Undercity Sewers, but I think casting Ponder is better than Surveilling One. Ponder, there's just no shot you force this. That'd be really weird. Dark Ritual Ancestral? Okay. Yeah. That works for me. All right. So now this is a turn 2 kill. I drew Ancestral and Ritual. I mean, I guess I just needed the Ritual because Brainstorm could lead to a turn 2 kill as well. Okay, so they need to have drawn something pretty good. Okay. They must have drawn a blue card then, which means that barring Flusterstorm, we should be in pretty good shape here. Ritual. Doomsday. Okay, that resolved. So let's go Lotus. Oracle. So I'm going to cast Ancestral here. Draw to 2 cards, and I can gush if I want. I don't really need Duress. I guess I'll take Duress. Lotus, Duress, Jet. So Lotus, Duress, Jet, Oracle. And I guess Gush is fine. Yeah, that should be good. And I'm going to Ancestral into Gush. Oops. Oh. Lotus, Oracle, and then I want to Ancestral into Gush, Duress. Jet. Okay. They figured it out. Pheto Alchemist? I see. It's a Nadu deck that uses a Pheto Alchemist as a way to untap itself and target things. And do they have other combos as well? Because, I mean, this is the deck. It's like... I just searched for a Pheto Alchemist on MTG Top 8, and they have Time Vault also. Sure. Huh. Okay, well, that's cute. I guess I would put Snuff Out in. I don't know about Fatal Push. Doesn't seem that good. And they have some counter magic, so I'll leave in some Flusterstorms. Force of Negation actually doesn't seem amazing. Maybe I'll put in one Hole Breacher. Hole Breacher seems like it could just be randomly kind of lit. Maybe I didn't need that one. Who knows? I'll pitch Hole Breacher to Force of Will. Don't worry. All right. Yeah, I mean... Snuff Out plus Force of Will and a Doomsday isn't bad. Undercity Sewers can get a little surveilling on. Sensei's Divining Top. Sure. I didn't even know they made a Future Sight frame. To Sapphire. Okay. There's that Hole Breacher. Yeah, I'll keep Dark Ritual on top. I'm willing to run it. So, turn 2. Could go for Doomsday. I wouldn't be able to win in the same turn, unfortunately. Wasteland into Psychic Frog? That was unfortunate. Should I have counted the Psychic Frog? Maybe they have 4 cards. I think I'm just going to go for it now. That changes things. Doomsday. Lotus. Oracle, Ancestral, Underground Sea, because I have this Flooded Strand, and if my thing gets blown up, I don't want to end up in a spot where I couldn't do anything. And do I want... I basically am deciding if I want Flusterstorm or Duress. I guess Duress probably is better. Okay. And Underground Sea is last. Duress. Oracle, Lotus. Actually, hold on. I think I should put in Oracle. No. Lotus, Oracle, Duress, Ancestral. Okay, pass the turn. Definitely could lose this. There's a number of cards that could cause me problems. Okay, they didn't have the Wasteland. I have Force and I have Duress. Time Walk. I guess I will force the Time Walk. They actually could get pretty close to killing me. Okay. Geez, I don't know what they got going here, but they had Lotus, Time Walk, and a big play. Dig Through Time. Oh, that's not necessarily an issue, but this Hull Breacher looks a little worse than Fatal Push right now. So assuming they find Force blue card, yeah, beating double force or double action is going to be hard. So let's see if I can get there. Okay. I think I'm dead. Because, oh no, I'm not. So I'm probably going to lose, but here's what I am going to end up running. I'm going to crack this, get the Underground Sea. Tinker. Okay. They got some wild stuff going on here for sure. I'm going to get Underground Sea and then hope that, and I'll have 3 cards left and hope my top card is Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Bols' Citadel, play a Phaedo Alchemist. All right. They got me. I mean, I kind of want Force of Negation back in, Snuff out. Do I want multiple forces? One's probably fine. Maybe I could take out like 1 Street Wraith for another force. All right. Let's do it. I would like to play first. Okay, I'm going to keep this hand. This is turn 1 Duress, and then try to set up a turn 3 Necro. Or if I ponder into a ritual, I can turn 2 Necro. Hope Duress does some good work here. All right, well, I'm going to get mental misstepped then every time there. It's fair. Let's cast Ponder. I don't know which land I want to play yet. Gush, Ponder. Yeah, that's probably fine. Because what I can do is I can not shuffle. I don't actually want Gush right now. Get another Underground Sea, cast another Ponder. Doomsday, Force of Negation. Okay. I don't know that I'm actually going to run the Doomsday because Necro is going to win me the game a lot of the time anyways. But I'll have up Force here. I really don't want them to play Psychic Frog. Yeah. All right. That makes me want to just Doomsday, I guess. Because with a Frog out, I just don't feel like Necroing is going to work out very well. Ancestral. They've already used Misstep, so I don't mind too much. I want Duress and I want Ancestral. I want Oracle. I have Force, Pitching Dig, and Flusterstorm. I guess Lotus. And one more card. Could be Probe, could be Street Wraith. 19. I'm going to lose 10, go to 9. 8. So I can still cast some of those things. Sure, I'll take Probe, I guess. I don't know. So here I want Lotus, Oracle, Duress, Ancestral, Probe, pass the turn. All right. Let's see how this goes, huh? So yeah, if they didn't have Psychic Frog in play, we'd just play Necro and try to win the game over like a couple turns. With a Frog in play, I feel like I'm on a borrowed time here. Oh, I'm definitely forcing that because my force doesn't work on my turn. So it feels like it's worth doing that. Draw. Let's go Gitaxian Probe. Their hand is Consign and nothing. Oh, nice. Okay. 3 cards left. Draw all 3. Oh, wait. It's Duress first. I mean, I could also Flusterstorm, but Duressing first is better. Take Consign, Lotus, Oracle. Ooh, all right. I beat a Psychic Frog deck that also just had a Fettle Alchemist in it for reasons unknown. All right. Thassa's Oracle, that is. And the trigger even resolves. All right, 3-1. Let's see if I can get the 4-1. All right, time for round 5. On the draw, yeah. So this hand has a force, and the deck does have double Oracle, so if I have to pitch Oracle to force, I can. I'd prefer not to, because what I'm going to try to set up with this hand is Demonic Consultation into Oracle on turn 3, and I have Bauble plus a fetch plus DT for Consult, of course. So I just need to find another blue card, and then the force is on. Looks like we're playing against Luris again. Yes, I didn't actually see the Luris, but Mishra's Bauble is a pretty good tell. Jeez, that's a lot of mana. Put Luris into hand. Okay. Let's draw for turn here. I wouldn't mind a blue card. I really would not. Huh. Yeah. Unfortunately, Ritual DT doesn't do anything on turn 1 for me. Let's bobble myself and look for a blue card. Undercity Sewers. Well, I'm actually going to go get Undercity Sewers itself. Scry. Put that on top. Okay, so I'm going to try to force the Luris. Honestly, I don't care that much if it doesn't work. Like, I would prefer it works because that'll stop them from having that much else to do. Though, funnily enough, they can't cast Luris with the mana they have available. Let's see what this is. Stock up. Okay. I'm just going to force the stock up. Stock up is so good. Into Vexing Bauble second. I'm really glad I forced first. Ooh, that was not a good play by my opponent, I don't think. There's a Doomsday. That's interesting. They have Luris plus 1 unknown in hand. I think I'm just going to DT for Consult here and set it up next turn. And then what I can do next turn is go for the DT Consult win, and then if that doesn't work, I have Doomsday on the next turn. All right, they have stock up. So that does increase the odds they find forcible. That was unfortunate. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. So they have Luris plus an unknown in hand. I hope they just go Luris. Well, they can't even go Luris Bauble. It's kind of the sad part because of their, well, Vexing Bauble. So presumably this isn't a Luris. Yeah, it's just another stock up. So they have Luris and Unknown still in hand. But they can't force anymore because they have Vexing Bauble in play. For them to force, they need to go land, have mana to crack Vexing Bauble, and have force in hand. Doesn't look like they have it. All right. Protected by their own Vexing Bauble. I just realized these mismatched Misties. Sloppy play, really. All right. Thassa's Oracle. Into Demonic Consultation. Boop. What a combo. What a combination. I mean, you can force it, but it's not going to do anything. I wonder if they thought they were playing the mirror. They're not. And boom. Up a game here. Don't mind if I do. There we go. All right. And playing against Luris. I kind of wonder if Stern Scolding is a card these decks wouldn't mind having access to. Nah, I actually don't like Forces that much against them. It's good against Stock Up, but so is Flusterstorm. So I'll just put in a Fatal Push for a Force and kind of call it a day here. See what they're on. Had some decent openers. Losing to the one Shops decks was unfortunate. I don't know if I had a way out though. I could have forced the Chalice in game 1, but man, I hate doing that so much. Oh baby, this is a nice one. Look at this hand. I've got Force. I've got Street Wraith. I have a turn 1 DT. Mana Crypt, huh? I'm actually gonna force that. Pitching Ponder. They might Pyroblast me, and then no, that would be unfortunate. But if they go Volk, Mana Crypt, Stock Up, I'll feel like forcing the Stock Up. So I feel like I should just force the Mana Crypt here. We'll see. It might not work out the way I want. Do I want to cycle? Actually, I kind of want to cycle this first. Maybe I should have cycled it before Force. Oh, that's not actually terrible. So here, I think I just get Ancestral. If this was Mox Jet, I would consider getting Necropotence, but I think in this spot, Ancestral Recall is just going to be the deal. I even have a Force here as a potential backup. Let's see what they got. Presumably something. Thundertrap Trainer. Okay. It's a 1/2, and so they're playing the PO version. They got a Merchant Scroll. Okay. Draw. Ancestral myself. Force pitching Merchant Scroll. All right, well, Force pitching Force. Or Preordain. Draw 3. All right, well, I guess that kind of is perfect, isn't it? Ritual, Doomsday, and I still have Flusterstorm here. So let's get Oracle, Ancestral, Probe, Duress, Lotus, I guess, kind of the huge. Duress, Gitaxian Probe. I mean, do I even need Lotus? I don't really, so I think I might just get a second Thassa's Oracle. Though, I draw to 4 Ancestral. If I probe down to 0, the second Oracle doesn't even do anything for me. Is there something else I want instead? I could pick up another Flusterstorm. I could instead maybe just Lotus just to have more mana. Ancestral Oracle, all right. And Lotus Oracle. Duress. Ancestral Probe. Pass the turn. And they're out of counter magic that's free because my Ancestral resolved. And so did the Doomsday. I didn't get Mindbreak trapped. Mishra's Pobble, all right. They have 3 cards in hand. I'll definitely fluster a Time Walk or a Stock Up. I wonder how good it was to force Mana Crypt. Seems like it was decent. They played Soporific Springs here. Oh, or Fluster Storming Stock Up. They have 1 card in hand. So if I fluster this, then they can't even force here. It feels like forcing Mana Crypt was pretty good given given that they've just cast a Stock Up here. Go to 6, go to 4 off this Gitaxian Probe. Though actually, I could just hard cast the Probe. Oh, they will have 1 more card in hand. Sorry, that is not entirely true that they can't find a way to win. Their hand, there's no Force of Wills there, so land, Lotus, Duress. I think it's like PO and Pyroblast. Okay, and boom. And that's a 4-1. Not bad. Doomsday's a nice deck. This deck did the trick and got little QPs, little play points. Yeah, I mean, this deck's really clean. 4 Doomsdays and a Necro, so 5 cards that work really nicely with Dark Ritual. Consult, because it's such a nice little combo with just Thassa's Oracle. Double Oracle, so you can pitch it to forces. The one thing, I don't think Cruise and Dig are that great, and I certainly don't want both of them. So my inclination is to cut one of those two, probably Cruise, and I would like to find room for more than one Steel Sabotage. It doesn't even actually have to be Steel Sabotage, but another way to interact with an artifact would be nice. Psychic Frog could also be a card this deck could definitely play in the sideboard, but I'm not too sold on the Murktide Regent either. In any case, I do love a Doomsday deck. This is a lot of fun, and let me know what you think. I enjoyed myself, and hopefully you did as well. That'll do it for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with some more Magic. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.